What happened after the grand cities of Kalibangan, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro began to fade away? In this deep historical documentary, we explore the decline of the Indus Valley civilization after 1900 BCE, discover how environmental shifts, economic collapse, and cultural changes gave rise to a new era. I journey through time, from crumbling cities to emerging traditions, guided by archaeology and evidence.
After the once thriving city of Kalibangan began to fade, a greater silence spread across the entire Indus Valley. The era of urban splendor was nearing its end. The grand cities of Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and Kalibangan, which once teemed with life and innovation, now began to show signs of fatigue and abandonment. The organized streets emptied, the drainage systems clogged, the rhythm of everyday life slowed to a near halt. What caused this dramatic shift?
One of the major suspects: climate change. The once mighty Ghaggar and Saraswati rivers began to dry up, cutting the lifeline of these ancient cities. Archaeologists discovered layers of earth suggesting intense droughts, shifting riverbeds, and floods, all impacting agriculture and water supply. With failing crops and reduced trade, economic stress began to grip the civilization. Long-distance trade with Mesopotamia gradually declined.
Key artisans lost their patrons. Pottery became simpler. Standardized weights and seals vanished. The symbols of an urban economy faded. People began to migrate from the cities to smaller villages, seeking survival. It was not an abrupt collapse, but a slow transformation. The script of the Indus Valley, once used widely across seals and tablets, disappeared into obscurity. No inscriptions were found in later phases.
Religious practices shifted, fire altars replaced water-based rituals. The iconography of mother goddesses and unicorns vanished. In cemeteries like Cemetery H at Harappa, burial styles changed. Pottery was painted in new styles, showing cultural evolution. The art of city planning was lost. No more grid patterns, no monumental buildings. Settlements were unplanned and rural.
Some believe the Aryans invaded during this period, introducing Vedic traditions, but evidence suggests coexistence and assimilation. Instead of cities, sacred texts and rituals became central. The Rig Veda emerged, describing rivers and nature, not brick cities. The people who once built massive granaries now depended on small-scale farming and pastoralism. Cattle herding gained prominence. The bull, once seen on seals, now became a real companion in agrarian life.
Wheel transport declined. River trade vanished. Trade became local, and people adapted to a new way of life. No more baked bricks. Only mud structures remained. Even those decayed quickly, leaving only ghostly outlines in soil. Cultural memory persisted. We see echoes of Indus traditions in later Indian civilizations in ornaments, pottery, and tools.
Despite the disappearance of their cities, the Indus people didn't vanish. They evolved, adapting to new geographies and climates. Rakagari, one of the latest Indus discoveries, tells us the story was larger than we thought. Not collapsed, but transformation. As centuries passed, knowledge systems changed. Oral traditions replaced writing. Villages replaced cities.
We must ask, is a civilization only grand if it builds monuments? Or does resilience lie in survival and adaptation? From Kalibangan's fire altars to later Vedic fire rituals, we see a continuum. Cultures shift, but never truly vanish. This is not just the story of decline. It is the story of rebirth of a people who outlived their cities and became the soul of South Asia.